Compass works with multiple documents or single documents. Simply go down to Discuss and click on there. Then you'll see on the right-hand side you've got your AI Compass. You can either type or you can dictate to it. I've uploaded 5 documents that are related to each other. I have no idea where to start with these, so I'm going to ask AI Compass. Hey, Compass, I'm not sure where I should start with these documents. What should I do? Compass will now come back and ask me some clarifying questions and then put together a plan for me. Then it will execute on that plan automatically by controlling the discussion assistant. As you can see, it's analyzed the documents already, and it knows that they are a complex set of documents. So it's asking me for the current situation. Who do I represent, and are there any specific concerns? I'm representing the buyer in this situation. I've just received this bundle of documents from the seller's solicitor, and I need to understand how all these documents are interrelated with each other, and then review all of the documents with my client's best interests. Then, I need to draft a letter of advice to the client and draft an email about the letter of advice. Then we click on Stop and Send. You can see that Compass has now come back with a plan of action. It wants to map the document structure and the relationships between the documents, then complete a high-level risk review. Then, do a deep dive on the priority areas, and then prepare a letter of advice. And lastly, prepare a cover email. And then, it's asking me which ones of these things would I like to do. I would like you to go ahead and execute on all of those. Compass will now go away and create a task list for the discussion assistant, and will write all of the requests in detail to have them done. We can see that it has come back with our action items. Here, we can either expand all of these to see exactly what it's planning in high detail, or we can minimize them to just see the overview. We can see here that first it's looking to map the structure and interdependencies, then it's looking to do the key risks and obligations, then it's going to review the documents in detail and then draft an email to the client. Notice if any of these are in the incorrect order. You can simply drag and drop them to change the order. Or what you can do is click on the arrows to rearrange the order. I want to execute on all of these, so all I simply do now is click on here, and you'll see that it's sent the first request over to the discussion assistant. You see it's drafted a full and detailed instruction, and at any point in time before you click on execute, you can edit the request. So you could edit some of the details in here as you wish. You can see the Compass has now sent a new request asking it to identify the key obligations, the rights, the risks to the buyer, and a bunch of other things. We can maximize this window as usual, and we can see what we've got back so far. So from our first request, you can see that we've got the details here, we've got the key document interdependence here in a table. We've got the main points in here as well, all in tables. And then we've got a summary of the document flow. If we wanted a high-level summary of that, we can simply click on Create a new document for message, and it will instantly create an overview document from our 5-page summary. Here you can see that the discussion assistant is still working away. It's now executed on that second piece and given us our response. It's given us our key issues with the risk rating for each one. It's given us an issue matrix. It's also given us the recommendations for the buyer's actions. And now it's thinking about the third request. We can see here at any point in time, where is the Compass up to in terms of executing on the task. It's now produced a control and governance, a key clause map for us, the document, the clauses, the core effect, the issues and gaps, and the buyer's position, the funding and capital core mechanics. It's got some commentary here. We've got the exit rights all put in a nice table for us. Restraints and confidentiality, limitations, liability, and indemnities. You can see it's quite a comprehensive list of what it's executed on. Now we've got a letter of advice back, and we've got our email to them as well. So for any of these documents, we can simply one-click and create our Word doc or our PDF. Here's our cover letter to the clients, which we can simply just copy and paste into an email. And we're done. How long would that normally take to analyze the document structure and interdependencies? Analyze the documents for key risks and obligations, a detailed clause analysis, then draft a letter to a client and draft the cover letter to go with the advice. This is just the beginning of the new phase of our legal assistant, just one of the many things that Quillio can do to transform your practice.